What up, no? We are top three. My name is Christopher Eddins. I am here with my co-host, the lovable, likable, jolly Leonard Smith Jr. The man's got more fucking credits than my legs got length. No, I'm gonna keep going it, bro. I'm gonna keep going because you uncomfortable by it.
Not
so
credits, but credit from your viewpoint. But you know, I'm still got.
See, look at you. Fucking trying to negate your blessings, bro. That shit corny, dog. Stop doing that.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, according to management, I don't have credits. I'm joking. Shout out to this man with the great gut biome. You know what I'm saying? He drinking kombucha. he out here on his health fix. He always getting himself right. You know, he's just a great improviser, a great mind writer. You know him. Christopher Adams, my co-host. But we also got a guest with us today.
Who we got, bro?
Oh, we got a very, very funny person, multi-talented person, creative person.
Boom.
Artistic abilities.
Boom.
Costume design.
Boom.
Comedy.
Boom.
And she can cook.
Boom, nigga.
Maddi Mays. What's up, Maddi?
Hey.
Hey.
I do those things. I be dibbling and dabbling.
I be dibbling and dabbling.
I don't always dabble my dibbles, but I dibble my dabbles.
I feel you, cuz.
I be dibbling and dabbling. I do it all, baby.
You be dabbling?
No, I don't be dabbling.
I don't be dabbling. You can't dabble.
I don't dabble.
You can't dabble. You can't dabble.
Me personally, just me personally, I can't dabble.
No judgment to you if you like to dabble, but
I
we
know
don't dabble.
No judgment to people who dabble, but I don't like to dabble.
I knew a guy back in the 84 that doibled.
That's a dangerous man.
In 84?
In 84? Nah, niggas ain't cool with that.
Mind you, I was born in 97.
Dangerous time. Oh shit, that just made me think of a conspiracy theory I hadn't thought of. We doing top 3 conspiracy theories today. And that was that nigga Reagan. Man.
What,
that nigga Reagan administered AIDS to the black community.
So, okay, you know what? Good, because he's bringing up what problem is with my conspiracy theories is that two of my conspiracy theories aren't conspiracy theories. They are facts that people do not like to accept.
Oh, well then, yeah, mine too. Probably.
Those fall in the lines of
I
conspiracy
pretty much
theories.
chose the top 3 conspiracy theories that I believe.
Yeah.
And the most.
Yeah.
There are some fun ones. There are some good ones. And I feel like we should talk about, a lot of them in this episode. I feel like we might have some of the same ones. My top 3 kind of have a theme. Yeah. They all kind of work together. Okay. So I know Matt is excited. You brought us this prompt.
Why did you bring
this prompt?
Because I like weird shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a lot of weird conspiracies out there. Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, aliens.
But those are cryptids.
Those are cryptics?
Define weird shit.
Wait. Ain't defined cryptid.
Okay. So when you think of like a Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, a creature of sort, that's technically a cryptid. So when you think of conspiracy theories, there's the theory of those cryptids existing. I like lore.
Oh, they're cryptid, but the theory is believing that someone saw them and has it on film.
Yeah. Or where they came from and all that shit. So,
the Earth, nigga. Or maybe they aliens.
And that's where we get into my conspiracy theory.
The Earth, nigga.
Yeah.
I love black people. More than liking weird shit, what got you to conspiracy theories to be the top 3?
I mean, my mama, I got a white mama. I'm a Blasian white lady. Basically, she had this app called Gaia, and it's a spiritual app. With like like meditation, Mother Earth, but also at the same time there'll be shit that are like, okay, there were giants, here are their bodies, and it'll be shit like that, and it'll be all different types of things. Like I'm like, okay, oh shit, let me go down this rabbit hole. And there was this show called Initiation with this guy named Matthias De Stefano who claimed to have remembered 3 of his most prominent past lives.
Okay,
one where he was before Earth was created, and he was part of the council that created Earth. And then he remembered a life when he was an Atlantean. And then he also remembered a life where he was a couple generations after Atlantis fell.
And like niggas just was like, yep, for sure.
But here's the thing. It's the way that he talks about it.
He really believes.
He'll backtrack and be like, oh, no. People say it was this. It was actually this. And you'll go through. There's no holes in what he's saying.
See?
And he got light eyes, like really light
eyes.
hazel.
And he got light eyes.
My old cynical ass just wants to hate on this so bad now. That's my first thought.
It was just through line with the light-skinned women on the show and having parents believing in wild shit.
That's hilarious.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right.
We ain't gonna get into my dad.
See, I kind of believe in the past life shit. Because I've had a couple of dreams or situations where it was very vivid. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like a dream. It was just like, felt like I was in this moment in this past life. And I was very young. I was like 8 years old. And I was just like, and you know, I never tell people about it, but because it is what it is. And I think it may have happened another time, and I don't remember that one as vividly. But for a nigga to come out and be like, this is what it is. This is what that is. It's like, nigga, you don't know. Niggas don't know. Humans don't know. When you look at the history book, we thought this was that. We thought you could fix this.
The setup of everything about
anyone
who we
claims
are as
that
people
they know
is triggering for what you just said.
What's good about Gaia is that before every episode they go, we actually don't endorse any of these beliefs. We just host them.
This nigga was talking. We didn't say none of this shit.
But I mean, it's plausible.
We just set up the camera and recorded it and then edited it and then...
Look, we making money off of it, man. Look, we making money off of it. Do you want us to be honest? That's the truth.
Yeah.
So he said he created Earth.
No, he
said he
was
was on the council.
He was part of the council.
He said he was
part of the council. My bad. He's part of the council that created Earth.
Yeah.
This nigga was living underwater in Atlantis.
No, that's not.
No.
No. It's not even what you think it is.
Okay.
That's what's crazy about it. So we gonna get into these. That's my number one conspiracy theory. So when we get up there, we'll build to that.
All right, yeah, we're building. We go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we gotta start with like conspiracy theories. But Tupac.
We didn't even tell you to start the show before we started. We like that.
It's fine. You'll catch it. It's not that hard. Where are you from? Tell people about yourself. How do we?
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
I'm from Houston.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm a little light-skinned baby from Houston. I eat good. I cook good. No, I'm from Houston. I moved out to LA about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I went to Cal
That's
Arts.
when you started believing in conspiracy theories.
When I came out to LA. Yeah. That's exactly when that happened. I came out here and I was like, oh, it's different.
Okay.
LA feel like the underworld.
When you heard about conspiracy theories before that, were you just like, nah, you're like, oh, maybe, and just didn't think about it? Or
no, I mean, like, my dad was always a very skeptical person. He was just very much like, they put crack in the black community. So and he was very...
Which is true.
Which is very true. Fact. Not a conspiracy theory. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. But, like, my mom also was very, like, you should believe in all different religions and you should look into all different things and look into things, question things. Yeah. And so, excuse me. But, like, I basically, I just kind of, like, found it on my own. And then I was like, oh, this shit's interesting.
Okay.
And then I found aliens and starseeds and all those things, and I got an Akashic record reading, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm into this shit.
What is that?
Akashic record reading?
Akashic record reading.
Akashic record reading.
So you said it again like you knew. I was going to be like, nigga, you tell me.
Well, I thought you knew because you was talking about how you had past life moments. I was like, oh, you had a past life regression before?
Yeah. Nah, I don't.
No. What is that?
Okay, so basically, concept of past lives, right? You die, you're born again, all those things like that. There's this lady named Dolores Cannon who basically has the theory that Earth is just a school, and that souls come here to learn. Whole point of being on Earth is you're supposed to learn, and you bring that information back to the source type shit. She found this out by interviewing a bunch of people and putting them in sort of like running people back who had like NDEs, like near-death experiences. She'd run it back, walk them through it, and she interviewed like thousands of people. She spent years and years doing it and found the same type of shit throughout the shit. And so through that, there's this practice called past life regression where it's a similar practice of like walking people back and you kind of put them in a meditative state. And then there's people who are like mediums. And so then from there, after past life regression, it's the Akashic record reading. Because in the 8th dimension is where the Akashic records are stored. I know, that's what I'm saying. I know, I see your face right now, yeah. That's why I don't tell nobody. That's why I'm like, why did I pick this topic?
No, this is great.
So the Akashic records are apparently stored, I think, in the 8th dimension.
The 8th dimension.
Okay. And found this out.
Not the 6th.
I gotta be honest with you. Look, everybody believe whatever they want to believe. It was how you said 8th dimension. is where the records were stored with a straight face. That took all my will and self-restraint to not start laughing at. I was like, oh, you believe that? Okay.
But here's the thing. So you do the reading, whatever. The Akashic records are essentially the record of your soul. So you can go through the shit, because not all of us was human. We were, on other planets and shit before that.
Got it.
Yeah. I was from Big Dick Planet. Bunch of big dicks.
I like
big dicks walking around.
It's Big Dick Planet, but it's just a planet full of tall Richards.
But they're posthumously because of years and years of the
that would be
of
funny.
Big dicks, they all walk like this.
No. All types of niggas are from different planets. This is the getting high and eating ass nigga planet. No, that's Leonard. All the Leonards.
Like they just named they just named the planet after what they do.
Leonard do sound like a type of alien though. That's a Leonard.
I'm from outer space, nigga.
That's so funny.
All right. Well, before we get into our official threes,
okay, yeah, we got these. This technically could be a conspiracy for you.
We got a top three in the moment. What are your top three forms of prepared potatoes? Preparation of potatoes. Top three preparation of potatoes.
In order? Like
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. We're going to start with a baked potato.
Baked potato.
Number 3, baked potato.
Fully loaded, just
fully.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have a skimpy potato.
Okay.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have all the meat of the potato. Gotta have something with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's gotta have a little dressing.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm gonna say French fries.
And then what type of fry?
Yeah, what kind?
Oh, it's just not the category French
No,
fries.
I mean, I just want to know what's your when you think
mean,
French fry, what's your French fry?
I'm from Texas, so I'm saying a Whataburger French fry.
A Whataburger. So that's a
What
classic fry.
It was a classic fry.
They closed the Whataburger in the Dallas airport, and I've been to Dallas now 3 times, and each time it's at the worst time. Like I just can't go, so I've still yet to have it. And people are like, I mean, it's good, but it's like Burger King. I'm like, it can't be like Burger King.
I had it in Jacksonville like years ago. I was in Austin, and it was at the airport, but I didn't get it. So
yeah, no, you got to get a patty melt or a honey butter chicken biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah, and some spicy ketchup.
Spicy ketchup.
They got spicy ketchup. I got a bottle of it in my house.
So what's the fry cut like?
It's like when you think like a McDonald's fry. But the difference though is that it's just like, because sometimes McDonald's fry, they just got that like texture. Like, the ones that are like too hard, like they're fried too hard. Whataburger get it right every time. But
it's like a soft fry or what?
No, you get like that right perfect. If you get it fresh, you get it fresh. You always got to open the bag, let the steam out so it doesn't get all soggy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then number 1.
I'm saying mashed potato, garlic mashed potato.
Okay.
I make the fuck out of it.
Mashed potatoes might be the
most consistent.
Yeah.
It's the most consistent.
This is what you ask people.
Yeah.
There's
consistent through
same
line.
question.
There's a French potato called potato poutine, I think is what it's called, where it's like layered potato and they stack it up. It's supposed to be super crispy. And I mean, I've never made it, so I'm like,
You try it out.
I've never tried it
because of BuzzFeed.
You knew about it because of BuzzFeed?
Yeah, I was just high one time and did it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I also like to cook, nigga. So
hey, you don't post about it, so this nigga don't post about it, so I don't know.
I mean, every time he's sitting like,
guess what? Instagram ain't supposed to be life, nigga.
But like,
you gotta know everything I'm doing, nigga.
You are the type of nigga where you probably, because like, all right, I'm just a fat nigga. I've been a fat nigga my whole life. When I go to people's houses, my friends' houses, the first thing I do is I look in their fridge.
That shit is so irritating. I really do.
And I know it irritates people, but I do it anyway. Yeah. And because you're my homie, I only do it to like people I know, my friends. Mm-hmm. And there's never anything in your fridge. But I feel like you're the type of nigga who's like, oh, this is what I'm making, so I'm gonna go buy everything exactly for this and the
literally the only time there's stuff in my fridge when I go get it that day and I'm gonna cook this later.
I know. I was like, you are that type of nigga.
Fridge use.
I'm the type of nigga like, all right, I'll just buy ground turkey, I'll buy chicken, and then I just make.
So always got shit to make.
Yeah, consistent. Usually the consistent thing, and then if I like know I'm trying to make a certain dish, I'll buy that shit too.
Yeah. See, I know I'm finna be that old lady because I always got food in my fridge. If someone comes to my house, I'm like, you want some food? I got leftovers. You can have some motherfucking you want a plate? I'll heat it up for you.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm gonna be an amazing grandmother.
No, there you go.
Why did you get older in your voice?
Her got older, the grandma.
It would be an amazing grandma.
Past life progression.
You started at your age and then got older as you said the rest of the sentence.
In high school, I played an old lady in the school play. And I remember I got the lead. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I thought it was this one character. It was an old lady. And ever since I did that, I've kept the
energy of the old lady.
It was an old Italian lady named Aida. And I'd be like, oh, Nikki.
That's just permeated.
The way you did that just made me think of the girl who did the Goosebumps theme. The black girl with the buns, and she's like got the sunglasses on. She's playing the Goosebumps theme. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna show you guys this. You're gonna love this video. It's amazing. All right, let's get to these threes. These top 3 conspiracy theories. I'll start with my number 3, and my number 3 is the U.S. government killing John F. Kennedy Jr. It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. The government was trying to take this nigga out because he was with the what is it? Cuba. Was that? It was
embargo. It was a long list of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. The Marilyn Monroe shit. I think they might have killed Marilyn too. You know what I'm saying? They killed Marilyn and they killed JFK. I believe both them things. I believe our government will do whatever the fuck it needs to do to protect its money and its power.
Yeah, I'm gonna save all my points because that's my number 2.
I'll let you go. So we just go ahead and get my 3 out the way because I feel like but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been a skeptical, cynical child. I love history. It was like my favorite subject as a kid, and I just kept noticing shit, the patterns and shit. And it wasn't like I really had access. It was like I kind of like maybe thought these things, but then I heard it. I was like, oh shit, like that feels like that would make like how I don't know. So. This nigga had to be at a parade in Dallas. I don't know. Like, come on, bro.
In Dallas.
Yeah, come on,
Dallas.
In Dallas.
Next to was on his way to get a Whataburger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, I'm just trying to get a honey butter chicken biscuit. You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted a chicken biscuit.
I just wanted a honey butter
chicken biscuit. It's like, oh shit, you got your cat black bro for
that.
Oh my God.
My number 3 would probably be the Antarctica Nazi theory.
Okay, what is this?
Do you know this one?
No, I don't.
Basically, so you can't just go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
There's no way
you have to. Yeah.
You have to get papers. Like, they have to approve you.
I just learned about this.
It's
crazy. Like to even like work there for like a season or a session, you have to pass like a psych test and like a pass a board and be interviewed and shit. It's crazy.
Any place you got to pass a psych test, there's some fuck shit down there. But like the theory is that during World War II, whenever basically the Nazis knew they were losing, they were building bases in Antarctica. And that there's a bunch of old Nazi equipment and shit like that down in Antarctica because they knew nobody was going to come fuck with them down there.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to know how the
Nazis are on my list too.
How are they building shit? In that period of time, they had the protective gear. Them niggas had a lot of blankets.
Well,
I mean, niggas had coats.
Blankets. Oh my God.
They had protective gear. Niggas had coats.
It's cold down there, bro.
There's another
It's
part.
cold in Germany, bro.
It's very fucking cold. But not cold enough because in Russia, they got their ass whooped.
True.
So I don't know if y'all remember that
Fuck
battle.
them niggas.
True. Russia's also been murking motherfuckers for a long time. I don't know how they thought that shit was gonna go. Like Russians kill each other with ease. You thought they would give a fuck about
Okay, so you think that there are structures, fortresses, Nazi fortresses.
It relates to my number 1 theory, but the theory is that there already were structures there left by aliens.
Oh.
And the Nazis were really advanced in alien theory.
Well, good. Boom. That's a wonderful transition to my number 3, aliens. As I said, 2 of my lists are things that are facts, but they are not proven to the human mind. Therefore, they are conspiracy theories. But aliens is simple logic. The expanse of the universe is endless. Not just ours. There's universes on top of universes. As many cells as there are in your body, like in Ant-Man, when he goes down small, that's what outer space is, bro. Like, you thinking all of that shit ain't some other motherfuckers walking around having a fucking podcast, bleep blorping, whatever the fuck they want to be
dobbling
and dingling. It's all the same shit. That Rick and Morty shit is true, bro. There's too much. There's too much for there not to be other things.
Yeah.
And even if it is something in our own universe as small as like a germ, whatever, that's still other life, bro. It's just impossible for there not to be aliens. So aliens.
I feel like aliens can't. Let me make my point. I feel like aliens may not. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory myself because I mean, at a very young age, I remember watching like PBS or Bill Nye and them explaining like galaxies and the universe, and I was like, oh god damn, like it's improbable that we are the only. It's like he like broke it down. It was like 0.0000 like that. We like it was crazy, and I was like, oh well, shit, there you go. But I think the conspiracy theory is that aliens have come to Earth. Have they come to Earth? Like, is that what you mean by that? Or are you just saying aliens in general?
No, I'm talking about
conspiracy number 3, aliens.
That nigga Chris is be doing broadhead straight across.
I do mean just like.
Do you think aliens? But my question: do you think aliens have come to Earth?
Again, if you go on the logic of the universe is endless,
and there are infinite possibilities of people,
lies a possibility that there is something smart enough to travel through that distance and find somewhere and come be like, not this shit. These niggas is crazy. I also think that a lot of where we go, God theories and all this shit, and aliens can be this is to your 8th dimension point, a dimension thing. Because we are only able to perceive what we are able to perceive. Like there's like toads
there's shit that's happening on the earth that we cannot see.
So many more things than we're able to see. So it's the same logic of like, if there's difference in veils, some things might be able to travel through those veils and see what these other fucking things are. So.
To piggyback off of your theory, humans, amidst all of these theories, humans are multidimensional beings, right? We exist in the 3rd dimension, but the mind can travel other dimensions. That's when people meditate, when people, mediums, all that shit. It's just interdimensional traveling just up here.
With your mind.
With your mind. With your mind. That goes into my number 1, so I don't want to get too much. It all ties together.
All right. Well, now we hit our honorable mentions. Yeah. Were there any that like you wanted to put on the list? You thought about putting on the list, you couldn't get on the list?
Yeah, I was really kind of diving into like Black conspiracy theory and like the Book of Jacob or the Book of Yakub and Hotep theory and like...
We was the first motherfucking Israelites. Which, I mean... Facts. They were black, dude. Come on, like what are we talking about? Yeah. Like you think Pharaoh was fucking whipping niggas that look Ashkenazi? No, like they were fucking black.
They weren't white.
They were black Hebrew slaves. But when the black Israelites get it twisted a little bit is where they start turning it. It gets a little hot in there. But it's impossible to argue. Shit started in Africa, nigga. There's a central point. It was all one island. It was all one thing before it broke off. What are we arguing about? What are we talking about? The shit started here.
Yo, niggas was wilding in Pangea,
I was about to say more like Pangea.
This is food.
Yo, can you imagine though, like there being like there was like at least 2 different periods in time where like there were like the Cro-Magnon and the like Homo erectus. Yeah. It was like, oh, yo, ass, you fuck one of them Homo erectus bitches?
You don't get it, bro. Hey, you don't get it, bro. Bitch was freaky, bro.
Nah, bro. They pussy different, bro. They pussy different, bro.
Like, nah, nigga, you're weird. You're weird. Nah, nigga, you're weird. You're gross for that one, bro.
Do y'all know about the Moors ruling Spain for 700 years?
Yes. It taught them how to do everything and they mama and in between. The Moors are how fucking European existence is what it is.
Yep.
Because they taught them everything.
Yep.
Because they fucking understood everything first, which is a part of my other honorable mentions that like civilization being this advanced, being the first time is not the case. It's like shit gets built up and then shit gets wiped out. Destroyed. Just like dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is no way of you fucking talking about it or reconciling.
So the Moors were from a large civilization.
Moors are what Europeans call anybody who is dark.
Yeah. So dark or Muslim, basically. So there is basically like for 700 years pre-Renaissance. Actually, this existence in this empire is what took Europe out of the Dark Ages. The rest of these motherfuckers was with the rats. They was black plagued
that's why the Spanish niggas are a little darker. You know what I'm saying? Through time with the Moors and the white.
Also got on the boats and all the other stuff.
Exactly. They taught them deodorant. They taught them how to bathe. They invented the sewage system for 700 years. And then afterwards, basically, the Europeans, as slavery became more popular, they started erasing the existence of black people basically be ruling shit.
Wow.
And they're the only reason they know of this existence is there's this painting who they don't know who painted it, but it shows people of all different colors in different forms of class. So there'll be like a black man fully obviously like a noble person on a horse, and there'll be a black person who's a slave, but there'll be a white person who's a slave.
Horse?
I don't know who he is. Like, what's up with him? Where's his Bible?
This nigga on this horse. But yeah, I went to a school called Malcolm X Academy, bro. I've heard every fucking black theory that exists on this planet.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah. I had to do my own version of that because when you're mixed and you don't necessarily look black, you don't want people to know that your mama white. And so you kind of have to just you got to do the work. I want people to think that I watched Martin.
I watched Martin last night. I watched the episode of Martin last night. Get the draw. Got the draw.
Watch Martin is crazy.
Because every time I'm like, oh yeah, you see Martin.
It's on Max.
You see Martin?
Watch it. It's on Max.
I mean, it's
on the artist formerly known as HBO.
I watched I watched his stand-up special on HBO.
Yeah.
And he said some weird shit.
I believe it.
He was talking about getting molested.
Oh.
And I was like, damn. And he was doing some weird, nasty shit in the middle of it. And then it went back to
When was this?
It was in like the 90s. He had like a special.
Oh, shit.
He was talking about
when he's on stage. Like,
I don't remember. I must have forgotten. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't watched that in 20 years.
Well, rewatch it, and then you're going to see what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool.
There's a point in the middle where it gets weird.
Okay, I'm gonna rewatch
so
it.
you got
my honorable mention is the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't think it's like, oh, let niggas join the Illuminati, but there are a group of people in the world who are very powerful and who make decisions on what things happen. So, you know, I feel like all of my conspiracies are very based in logic. And as humans, we love to lie to ourselves. We love to have blind spots. We love to just certain things we just have to look past or just not think about, to not want to fucking go crazy and blow up the post office.
More people honestly should look into that though in revolt.
What's that?
I think the Illuminati as a concept is no, but the truth behind where the concept originates is a duh.
Yeah, it's like how do you the creation of the Federal Reserve and the federal, all these things that happen over time that are decisions made by human beings, a certain group, and then those human beings benefit from this said situation, and then those people's children and grandchildren become the president of the United States multiple times.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's like how does George H. Bush, his dad created the Federal Reserve, then his son becomes the president, then his son becomes the president. It's like what the fuck?
People in power are always going to breed, so they maintain the power.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's called the Illuminati, but there are a group of people who have.
There was an Illuminati in the 1700s, and it got disbanded basically because they had the whole plan of the whole New World Order and stuff. But I think the idea of nepotism in the sense of royal blood and shit like that has been since the beginning of fucking man.
As long as there's been
monarchy,
people, there's been
and I hate it. I hate people who care about the British. Fucking, I hate it. I don't.
Me too. Do you believe in the Black Illuminati?
Like the celebrity
and
Black Illuminati?
African spiritualism Black groups. Do you believe in that?
Oh, I'm sure that
because of when you think of the seven African powers, gods and goddesses, that there is essentially a church of because if you think about just Black, popular when you think of your Beyonce and your Jay-Z's and things like that. These artists often reference these African gods and goddesses, and there's a theory that there is a Black African spiritual church. And that they're all part of it. So if you see celebrities wearing white basically for a year, you got to wear white for a year to be initiated type shit.
This is the part where I say that it is the conspiracy. It's we're doing too many. Yeah. It's too many fucking gymnastics to try to make all of this shit make sense. Yeah. Look, rich people hang out with other rich people, and therefore they help each other out. So I think that's what it is at the end of the day. It's very rich and very powerful people hang out in a small circle. If you are a comic, you go see other comics. You be like, hey, nigga, I saw you last week. It's the same thing. The circle gets smaller the more things you get, the more access you have. And those people make decisions that have huge consequences on the earth. There's a reason why niggas are still hunting for oil and all this shit, because niggas getting paid off of it. So they we gonna make sure that this maintains to be a fucking dominant thing, so I keep this money coming in.
It's crazy. High school really never ends, bro. Like if you think about it, like every high school and elementary school, it just like everything is just a repetition of that throughout life. When you get a new job, you're new, you see all the different groups of the job, the people higher ups, all different things. But even when you think about it in comedy too, it's just the same shit.
Well, what's funny is we have been conditioned to do that. They created elementary school and middle school and high school to have us trained to be a workforce. The schooling system was created, the system where it's an 8-hour a day, lunch in the middle, you go home. It's like set up for us to be the working class. They don't want. They trying to keep us dumb, bro. Shit. And that's why they send their kids to private school.
It's not the Vanderbilts. It's another one. There's a
Rockefellers.
Yes, him.
Actually,
he had the trains when he was making train systems. He had to keep in like coal mines. He had to keep these motherfuckers going in and murking themselves. And it was how you create the carrot. He was like, I gotta sell the idea that you all can be me one day. So then like they made school and they made college and be like, if you do all of this shit, you'll become like me at the end of it. That's your sell. When it's actually you're being indoctrinated to be a fucking worker and do all these things.
This also applies to my number one theory.
Yeah.
What's so wild is because it's so wild. It's so wild because I thought all this shit as a child. I don't know, and I've always just been a cynical fuck ever since. But my number 2 is motherfucking U.S. government killed Martin Luther King. Man, them goddamn documents is still sealed. They were supposed to be unsealed in 2020. They were not. The FBI killed goddamn Martin Luther King. There's no fucking way around it. James Earl Ray did not kill it. I mean, maybe James Earl Ray did kill him, but it was all part of a goddamn FBI goddamn.
You know about Martin Luther King's orgies?
I'm sure. Niggas is freaky. All niggas is fucked up.
Martin was fucking.
See,
Martin was
me as a person,
like Martin was like everybody knew that nigga. I know,
but as a person who like who I said to a child who realized these things at a young age, I've never idolized anybody. I don't give a fuck. I know everybody's trash, bro. Everybody, no.
Humans are valuable.
I know. Like Dave Chappelle is the reason, like what inspired me to become stand-up comic. But I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Like he don't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck about his opinions or his thoughts. I mean, I hate celebrity and people idolizing celebrities and shit.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as like idolizing somebody is like an inspiration point. You know what I mean? Like you being like
people,
fuck
the
this
levels
man.
people take it to are weird.
I know, but I'm just saying you can still if he's the reason you did stand up, you do idolize him. You just don't care about the man itself. He
just called you gay.
I did. Somebody had a fucking dick.
It worked out for you, boy. So,
but no, yeah, I think it's just the levels of people doing shit is crazy. It's just like you can believe in religion, but once you are a zealot, it's a problem. So
exactly.
It's like
exactly.
But yeah, my number 2 again to your 2 and 3, and also I was saying these are just things that are real, but we have no hard proof. Everybody that the government killed, bro. It's not just JFK and MLK. Like, these niggas killed Malcolm. They killed fucking Fred Hampton. They killed Dr. Savy. They killed anybody who does anything that's against what they have planned. And the thing that why this is a fact and not a conspiracy theory is because every power structure has been doing it since the dawn of civilization. If it's like, this nigga is going against the things that are going to keep this shit running how we need to do it, kill this motherfucker right here. Like, what are you
It's so funny because we a lot of the shit with the Live and PGA golf shit and like the Saudis killing that journalist. It's like, nigga.
Bro, when the fucking Kim Jong-un has murked his uncles, his sisters, his fucking everybody this nigga's done killed. Russia, that's their whole thing. They've never not been killing motherfuckers. Like, it's their whole brand.
They got a whole gulag.
Dog, come on.
It's so funny. It's like all these other countries are blatant about it. And in America, we just try to pretend like that doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, that in itself is probably the birth of the conspiracy theory because we're feeling so like, we're just being consistently gaslit by the government. Yeah. But even when you say that too, like, I mean, there were people, like, if a king had like a bastard son, they would kill that baby.
They had to. Or they would keep the baby, kill the mom, and be like, nope, that's her kid. It's like, well, nobody saw her. Stop asking questions. Yeah. It's like Game of Thrones, and I think the movie Wanted, while it was bad, it was fun. But the true part of it, the true part at the end is where Morgan Freeman's like, yeah, all of y'all names came up. So you can either be honorable and talk and take down the truth of this fucking thing, or you can shoot this motherfucker and we can keep running shit the same. And that's what the government is. It's like, do you want to keep this shit running as it is, or do you really want to be a fucking hero and topple everything that you live, the whole life you live? It's Matrix, all over the same difference.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like, I hate the system that we're in, but it's like, if we topple this shit, it'd be worse.
Rough. Can you imagine?
Y'all do that shit after I die. Y'all let the takeover happen when I hit like 75, bro.
It's gonna come. It's coming to a head.
Yeah,
the onset of the internet is really
robots.
What brought it to, like, it's like, oh yeah, it's hard to lie, bro. It's hard to lie. It's so many ways. Like Epstein, if Epstein happened in the 80s, nobody would know about it.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be a thing. Nobody would talk about that. It would be done.
Yeah, like
he would have killed himself.
And
then
everybody's like, why hasn't anything happened with Epstein? Because if shit happened with the Epstein shit, nigga, we'd have to have a new government, my nigga. Like
all the government motherfuckers is touching kids.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They all doing nasty shit.
We have to have a new Hollywood.
Even if they don't, if it's not by choice, it's still just like those things to like honeypot you so that they have fucking proof against you. Yeah. Like even if you aren't an actual pedo, they're still gonna put you in a compromising situation so that you're fucked. So I can be like, you gotta do what the fuck I say to do.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be left if we got rid of all of the really, really bad people and just like celebritydom? Who do you think we would have left? Like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, Henry Winkler.
Jane Fonda.
Henry Winkler, yeah. Like Dolly Parton.
Bill Hader.
Dolly Parton. She's famously very nice.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is a good one.
Who's the guy?
No politicians.
I want to say Idris Elba. I want to say Idris Elba.
You want to say, but there's a piece of you there's a piece of you that's like, I don't know.
I mean, he does love dance hall music a little too much. I mean, this is like me.
What's that got to do with anything?
Have you ever listened to Jamaican music?
Yeah. Like, have you ever been to a Jamaican club?
Exactly. Bruh. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on.
There's no boundaries over there.
Come on now. I was like, damn, for real? Okay. But yeah, it's a small list. Yeah. Because also, you know, it's just entrenched. It's such a part of society, unfortunately, because
Drew Barrymore.
Well, no, because she was in rehab at like 10.
But that's what I'm saying. She was doing drugs then, so then she learned. She was a child doing drugs. It's like that probably made it to where she didn't do anything bad.
I think it's in life.
She got it out.
Yeah,
early.
Like
the earliest.
Yeah. Sure, bad things happened to her, but I don't know.
Yeah.
She's had a lot of trauma in her brain.
Yeah. No, at the rap party for E13, she was lit.
Yeah.
Bro, we were talking about this.
Yeah. That's why her name came to my mind.
Studio 54, she was 11, just fucking getting it. Just
was that little boy in the club that video?
Exactly, yeah. She's doing that. I've been doing that dance so much lately. But no, yeah, society is built off of, this is the problem. We're now at a place because of the internet and everything. We're like, yeah, fucked up things are fucked up. We should probably change this shit. And like all of the knowledge vehicles we have, like fucking theories and thinkers have like really put in the time to do these things. But society was started off at a transition point from us being conquering village people. Like the Huns is not that long ago in the scheme of fucking humanity. And that whole concept was murk these niggas who might cause revolt, take off the best of the people in there so they can run this place so we can still have it. But like the literal conquering and raping and pillaging and murdering is the structure of society. Yeah. So if that is your structure point at the genesis of the thing, it's inevitably going to be grow and morph into different fucking ways. So you have to de-root the whole thing in order to change that. And that's a lot of work.
Yeah, if you're planting apple trees, you're always going to get apples.
There we go.
Well, and you know how that's gonna happen? When the kingdom falls. Yeah. When the kingdom falls and they start over. All right, let's get to these number one.
Oh, I haven't done my number two.
Oh, you haven't done your number two.
It is completely different than the rest of all the things we're talking about. So maybe it's a little fun little segue.
Good. Switch it up.
So number two is rap.mp3. Y'all know this theory?
No.
Okay.
You are deep in the trenches. I Googled conspiracy theories and none of
MP3. Okay,
none of these came up.
I love 3 6 Mafia, right? Okay. Absolutely love 3 6 Mafia. The theory is that 3 6 Mafia, when we know they were a little dark, they had a lot of creepy little, Chucky dolls and shit. The theory is that they had done a ritual and they killed somebody and they recorded the ritual and then took that recording, labeled it rap.mp3, and layered it into all of their songs. Thus, why they popped off, won the Grammy, all the shit. But this got out there, and so all of the most poppin' songs got rap.mp3 underneath as like a slight little like layer to make sure and ensure that they blow up.
Using the satanic vibes.
Bruh. I remember I saw that on TikTok. I was like, what? It was crazy.
Where do niggas come up with these things?
Niggas have too much time on their hands.
No, I am gonna look.
All I heard was niggas have too much time on their hands.
I'll have to look this one up though.
Like, bro, that's clearly.
Look it up on TikTok.
I'm gonna look it up.
You can't find it on YouTube.
On TikTok.
Yeah. There's a recording of the thing somewhere, like of like the file, but I don't want to listen to it.
Bro, there's no way these niggas recorded the sacrifice and put it on every one of their tracks. This nigga that's one person's like, hey man, producer,
DJ Paul, engineer, bro. DJ Paul.
You know, Project Pet.
That is Juicy J's fucking like he's old as shit, doesn't know how to fucking remove that from when he fucking adds a beat layer. And that's just what
I feel like one of them niggas, Lori Infamous, Crunchy Black or something, when they got kicked out, they would be like, nah, hold on. Like somebody would have snitched.
DJ Vaughn is a dog. Come on, you think that nigga was snitch, bro? He be like, oh yeah, these niggas killed the body. I wasn't there. No. I personally didn't see
DJ Paul the head, bro. He the top one. He the head dog. He probably was the one stabbing it.
Yeah, they probably
with his good arm.
They got the flash drive and the Chucky doll. And they got to cut it open.
There's also just been a satanic ritual conspiracy for every big band that's ever existed. It's because it's like there'd be so much if that was.
I'm sure. I mean, a lot of those bands in the past did a lot of fucked up things. We know this, but let's get to our number one. My number one. Bush did 9/11. Not Bush specifically, but you know, the U.S. government had a part. It was an inside job. They played a part. Maybe they knew it was going to happen and let it happen and took advantage of the situation. Maybe they coordinated the whole thing. I'm not going to say what the fuck it is. I know there was some foul play involved. I know there's like the loose change where we're like motherfuckers been saying it's like an Illuminati thing where they would put 9/11 in films. Like if it was a time in a certain movie, it'd be like 9/11 and shit like that. And they were letting people know, and certain people weren't supposed to be in the building. I mean, I think certain people weren't in the building that weren't. There are a lot of people who weren't in the building who were supposed to be in the building. But my thing, the saving grace, where I think is like, how can you not question it? We all know that jet fuel doesn't melt.
Burn steel
beams. But the saving grace is building number 7. Why the fuck did building number 7 go down, bro? That shit is blocks away in another location.
Not hit by a plane.
Not hit by a plane.
I don't even know about that.
Oh, you don't know about building 7? You're supposed to be the conspiracy theory girl.
I've been doing the alien shit. I don't deal with the real life shit. Okay,
so
building too much. That's
too and it it's a tower building. Like it's one of the towers. It's building number 7 of the tower buildings, which is I bet like a file where they keep all the files for like tax purposes, and like there's all this business and tax information in the building, and demolition collapsed the same day as the towers.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
It's like these two major things happen. These two major things happen, and you don't even notice that this other thing happened. So it's like, all right, we have a chance to where we can control the population. The populace is going to be willing to let us have access to more things and restrict more things. And, oh shit, we can fucking get rid of this building, get rid of this information that maybe somebody's been fishing around. I don't know. And you know, if you've watched the documentary, the firefighters saying that they heard bombs going off in the World Trade Center. The apparent Pentagon being hit was like an explosion, and the plane never actually hit the building. Like the light poles, none of the structures or none of the things around the building was affected. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, if you gonna blow your own shit up, like make it look like it actually did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, it just hit a little hole in the Pentagon, a little wall. Like, come on, bro.
There's a guy with a sledgehammer just like, shit, we're under attack.
Yeah, so that's my number 1.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I've always felt
classic.
No way.
That's the classic one.
Chris?
That's real.
Damn, my thing is out of battery. Let me see if I can remember what it was. Aliens, government killed everybody. And
reptilians.
You can't remember your number 1?
Stop! I just had it right there. Fuck. Government killed everybody.
Maddie, what's your number 1?
It's the Atlantis portal system theory.
Oh, I remember what it was. Great. Thank you.
Go first.
All right.
And I'll get into
Mine is that again, not really a conspiracy theory, kind of proven that all the governments they had a lottery for the Nazis. the Nazis just fucking went off to all these different countries and became scientists and fucking developers and all this other shit. After the war,
they took their brightest.
Yeah, that's why there's a bunch of Nazis in Argentina because they fucking ran there. Like there's a bunch
they fled there.
They did flee there, but I'm saying like there's a lot of
nice
German
plane.
kids with Spanish last names, but there's also like our government like fucking Oppenheimer's team. There was fucking Nazis. Like all these fucking any advancement from other countries because they were like, well, we need this nigga, we need that nigga, we need to.
With the NATO hearings and shit, they're like, all right, you get this scientist, we get this scientist.
Yeah. So it's just like instead of us putting you in prison or murdering you niggas, like you gonna come work for us for the rest of your life, and we gonna fucking use your shit.
There's a doc on Netflix that talks about. They actually animated it. It was really interesting, and it was narrated by this Jewish guy who basically was in charge of taking care of the Nazis in the United States. Yeah. They brought some here that were scientists, and he basically had to be the one to like bring them around and take them wherever they wanted to go. Wow. But he was Jewish, and he was just so mad at them, like the whole time. And then at one point, he thought that he was starting to become friends with them. Yeah. But he also spoke German, and they didn't know he spoke German, and they would stay talking shit about him behind his back. And it's like a whole crazy, like they were like, oh, take them shopping so they can buy stuff for their wives to send back to Germany. Like they weren't prisoners.
Wow.
They was living
trash.
Which is why
I believe that too.
Which is why whenever German people
it's the actual dude who it was who was talking about what happened. It's
that's what I'm saying. These things based in logic, it sounds real. It makes sense.
Whenever Germans want to get on their high horse, I'm like, relax, calm down. Like we all know what you did, bro. Like, come on, nigga. Like,
Germans be talking funny to me, but that's another conversation.
Now we about to go to Nazis to portal systems.
Yes.
What is this? The Atlantis?
Okay, so my number one theory is the Atlantis portal system. Basically, with the guy I was talking about, Matthias and Stefano, he kind of recalled all this stuff like that, and explains why the pyramids are pyramids. The thing is that the pyramids are aligned on the Earth's chakra system because the Earth in itself is supposed to be like its own being, its own energy, its own shit, whatever. It has its own chakra, basic spinal point. That's why we got the lines of longitude, latitude, all shit like that. Pyramids are lined up along the spine. Atlantis was the one that connected them to like the aliens and shit. Basically, the theory is that the aliens came here, helped create civilizations. That's why when you think of like all of the old ancient civilizations, you see little images of like alien type paraphernalia, whatever the fuck. They came here, did the shit. The first big civilization was Atlantis. They were popping and they were the shit. They were like the New York City of this era. And all of the other different pyramids were other civilizations. They all believed in the same shit. But what happened was Atlantis, I think, got too popping. And they saw the other civilizations were starting to get, big too. Yeah. And there was ego that had started getting involved. And they were just like, man, we need to show how powerful we are. So they shot a big surge of energy, which basically ended the system that basically like destroyed the portal system. But by doing that, made them sink and caused the destruction of Atlantis. And all the people that survived that went to Egypt, basically. Yeah, it's crazy theory.
Tower of Babel.
But it makes it all, in a way, it makes it all make sense because all ancient civilizations all have the same images. They all have the same, like, sort of base of, like, belief system. And then it all spreads out from there culturally because of where they exist on the planet culturally. But I thought it was very interesting.
That's that ancient alien shit.
Ancient alien shit. Yeah. I mean, portals are tight.
But it was so they could hop around the planet without having to, you know what I'm saying?
That is what the show Stargate SG-1 is about. You should watch it.
Okay. I mean, that also feels believable to me too. I mean, I feel like a society had to start some way, bro. I don't know if you've seen Prometheus or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like some aliens came here. They was like, all right, shit, let's just bring life to this planet work. Let's bring some life to this bitch, something.
We get conversation about like fractals and all that too, because fractals are basically energetically like a bunch of fractals together create the common symbols that we see. So like the shape of a Buddha, for example, a certain amount of energy fractals will create that shape at a very, very small microcosmic scale.
Oh, so that's what I be seeing when I take acid.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. And so low key,
I can't fuck with fractals because of Star Wars. because the midichlorians are basically fractals.
Okay, but
so I'm triggered.
But even though when I do hear fractals, I think DMT though.
Well, but what's interesting though, what you were talking about aliens and stuff, and there's a bunch of us all over the place. There's also the theory that they're very humanoid looking because when you think of just like the laws of the universe and the way shit is built under vibrations, because fractals and vibrations together create physical things. Because there's a science called cymatics where they actually got visual versions of the vibrations where they take like sand and like a vibrating plate, put different frequencies.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You get patterns.
It's kind of crazy. It's cool. It's really crazy actually.
Because vibrations are what create this whole shit. But the idea that other aliens are humanoid looking are because the basic laws and building blocks of the universe exist. It's just like, these are the laws, and then have fun with it, rest of the world and universe. And so, like, they might look a little different.
So there could be big dicks with arms and legs.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
That's the long and short of what she was getting.
That's a great full circle.
Let's go.
Big dick aliens.
Big dick planet. Let's get this consensus top 3.
Big dick planet.
We're gonna come for the final top 3 conspiracy theories of this episode.
Yes.
Chris likes to do the overarching
thing.
Yeah,
I mean, look, the government be killing so many people that could take all day.
Which were 2
bro.
of mine. So I mean, mine was JFK, Martin Luther.
You really think 9/11? All right. They killed JFK, and then the government killed him, and then the government killed everybody else.
Yeah. And then 9/11. Yours was aliens. Oh, they kill everybody.
And then the Nazis being traded like trading cards to all the countries.
Yeah.
You had so many.
Imagine trading cards. Nazis.
He's like, ooh, I got a Hugo.
Oh my God.
Dr. Freisenheimer.
I remember your MP3, the rap.mp3 and the portal. What was your number 3?
My number 3 was the Nazis in Antarctica.
Oh, Nazis in Antarctica. Okay, so kind of got some
Nazis
themes.
be out here.
Themes. What do you feel like the 3 should be? The top 3?
Government killing everybody is 2. Because that was 2 of your things and my number 2. So let's put that 2
and I believe
then
that
we
too.
can fill it in anywhere. And again, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
They be killing niggas.
Yeah.
So is that even a conspiracy theory?
I know.
Is it just a fact?
I mean, and your number 1 is involving
aliens
aliens and the portal. And
I was...
This rap.mp3 shit.
That one's not.
That might have to go.
That one's gotta go.
That might have to go.
We're gonna toss that one out there.
No, there's always gotta have a fun.
But there's one for everything like that. That's like if you play. There's the album with fucking
play it backwards.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
it syncs up.
All right. Dark Side of the Moon.
yeah.
Is 9/11 in there, or is 9/11 part of the killing people?
9/11 is part of the government killing people, bro.
There was just a lot of people.
So mine is all. That's what I said. Mine is had an overall
list is
theme.
all in that one.
That's what I'm saying. Mine had an overall theme. They're the ones I believe the most.
People died.
We didn't even talk about them not landing on the moon with the Soviet war and trying to. Anyways.
Fucking what's his name? Kubrick shooting the moon landing.
Okay, so you said number 2. We just put that right in the middle. Government killing everybody.
Yes.
Now we have a lot of aliens. Are we just gonna do 3? But then we got rap.
I feel like the Nazis.
Nazis
should be number 3.
And then aliens 1.
And aliens are 1.
Nazis 1.
So
the movement.
It's gonna end up being
the movement of Nazis.
Or just
either
Nazis.
Antarctica.
Because she was part of the aliens too.
Oh shit!
Her Nazi thing connected the aliens to the fucking Nazis.
Apparently they were with
Antarctica
UFOs and shit. Like apparently Nazis.
The
had
Nazis liked everything weird though. They were like
Yeah.
supernatural shit. They were trying to make zombies. They were trying to fucking do
3
everything.
Nazis.
3's Nazis.
2 the U.S. government.
The Nazis
The
are
U.S.
third
government
place.
killing everybody.
Is number 2.
And then number 1
is
aliens. Ancient
aliens. How they teleport. How they be here. All of it.
Aliens. Great movie.
That's a good 3.
Oh, this is a good 3. Maddie, where can the people find you?
You can find where's the camera at? Where do I look at it?
Right there.
You can find me on Instagram at Maddi Mays.
With DDI.
3 different voices. I didn't even hear that voice today.
DDI.
I switched it up. No, it's MADDIMAYS.
Yo, she be code switching from white to less white. Sorry, I'm in roast mode.
Let me have private.
No.
You know what's funny? Every time I'm like, oh yeah, roast me, guys, roast me. Nobody wants to roast me.
Oh yeah, I don't like roasting people.
I love roasting.
Yeah.
I mean, all you gotta do is go to a middle school and no roast your ass. I said, just pull up on a middle school.
When you're a bad bitch, no one wants to roast you.
That's
another conversation.
Yeah,
we should do a top 3 bad bitches. I would love.
All right, y'all.
Everybody has suggested that.
Top 3. Yes, somebody suggested top 3. You a bust. Nigga, what?
I was like, dude.